Yo, welcome back to Clone Wars. I'm DJ Universe in the building with the whole crew, and today we going in on a deal that just hit the wire out of 6 East Studios.
Ethelgard Royalty Group just put $750,000 behind Chris Keil. 300,000 streams, 20 million spins on his catalog, and now real capital behind him. This the kind of move a young artist need to study, not just scroll past.
I seen the headline and had to pull up the actual terms because everybody throw around big numbers, but the structure is where the real story at.
So break it down simple. 750 splits three ways even. 250 is a catalog advance against existing masters. 250 is a revolving facility just for touring, so that's cash he can draw down and pay back as shows route. And 250 sits in escrow for marketing and visual content across multiple projects. That's not one lump check. That's three separate levers.
That touring facility is the part that get my attention. Every indie artist know the problem. You book the run, but you need tour support up front for the bus, the crew, the flights before one ticket money hits your pocket. A revolving facility means you draw it down, you pay it back off the box office, and it resets instead of you being stuck in a hole after the tour ends.
And the key clause, this is temporary administration and co-ownership on the specific assets they financed, not a blanket grab on his whole catalog. Once the capital recoups, full ownership and admin rights snap back to 6 East Studios automatically. That's the difference between financing and selling your future.
See, back in the day, this deal didn't exist. You either self-funded off your own pocket, or you signed a traditional deal where the label front you money and take your masters and your publishing forever to get it back. I watched veterans sign paper like that in the 90s and still don't own their own songs today.
That's why the branding piece mattered to me. Chris Keil already built 6 East Studios and the vault before this deal, so he ain't coming to the table empty-handed. He's the product and the label at the same time, the capital just adding fuel to a fire he already started. That's a completely different negotiating position than a new artist with no infrastructure.
Facts. Own your masters, own your studio, own your brand first, then let capital come to you on your terms. That's the difference between a deal happening to you and a deal you architected.
Now, let's connect it to the bigger money on the table this year. The streaming mechanical rate under Phono Records IV is climbing toward 15.35% of service revenue by 2027, the highest headline rate in U.S. history. That rate hike changes the value of every catalog these capital groups are pricing deals against, including Chris Keil's.
And on my side of the business, that same math shows up at the merch table and the door. If your streaming royalty is climbing but you still ain't touring smart, you leaving money on the table twice. A revolving touring facility only pays for itself if you already know your per city break-even number before you sign anything.
That's financial literacy in one sentence. Know your break even before you touch anybody's capital. Read the recoupment schedule like it's your own bank statement, because it is.
This is where knowledge of self come in for real. Supreme mathematics teach us knowledge is 1, wisdom is 2, and understanding is 3. Knowledge of self in this business means knowing your own numbers cold, your streams, your splits, your recoupment balance, before you let anybody else hold a piece of it, temporary or not.
Wisdom is applying that knowledge, taking a deal like this and using it to build instead of just surviving off the check. And understanding is watching the whole cycle complete. Capital in, capital recouped, ownership back in your hands stronger than before.
So real talk to the artists listening, study this deal structure, ask about recoupment terms before you ask about the advance number, and keep building your own infrastructure so when capital does come, it's working for you and not the other way around.
That's the blueprint. Own the asset, know the math, let the capital cycle back to you.
That's the episode, Clone Wars family. We out.